guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement for kids of all ages. Grab a bite today.
Welcome to Educare Magazine TV. Today I'm in the studio with Juliet Igwe, and we're going to look at the topic that says improving learning culture in schools. Juliet, you're welcome to this edition of Educare TV Magazine and changing narrative, education narrative in Nigeria. You're welcome.
Thank you for
so please, can we meet you?
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Juliet Igwe. I'm a school leadership coach and an education consultant. And also a friend to school leaders.
Great.
So basically, that's what I do. I love empowering school leaders, empowering teachers, and I'm a young entrepreneur advocate.
Wow.
Yes, because I believe that every child has a trait that needs to be nurtured so that the child will be independent and be a job creator at the end of the school year instead of being a job seeker or something like that.
That's a good one. You're welcome to this edition of Changing Education Narrative in Nigeria. We're going to go straight to this conversation, and we're starting with what professional development opportunities should be provided to teachers to enhance learning culture in Nigeria. Professional development of opportunities, what do you think should be provided? Yeah, yes, for teachers to enhance this learning culture in Nigeria. Previously, we've been talking about the fact that students are no more interested in learning. But let's assume that teachers should be the people that should help students to learn. If that is the case, what professional development opportunities do we have for teachers to help achieve this?
Of course, teachers are there to help students to learn.
Okay.
It's very obvious. And for them to do that, they need to become more.
Okay.
They need to see themselves as mentors, as coaches, as mothers and fathers as well in the classroom. Okay. So the professional development needed for teachers to help students to learn, I would say that it has to begin from the appraisal. When you conduct appraisal in the school, as a school leader, you should be able to identify the areas of needs, areas of weakness, and areas of strength of the teacher. Then you make good use of the appraisal. Then with the appraisal, those areas of weakness, you should be able to design professional development programs that will help them address those areas of need. And when you do that, it will help them to be better at what they do. Their teaching methodology will improve. Their self-esteem will also improve as well. And in addition to that, they should be in tune with the contemporary needs of education. Okay. Education is beyond what we have today. Okay. And is about technology, is about the future. It's AI, of course. Everybody is still singing the praise of AI today. Yes. So teachers need to be tech savvy. They need to know all the tech materials. I'm not a tech person, but I know that it is very, very important. At least I use a little bit of them personally. So they should be trained on how to use the different technology available to help them promote teaching and learning. They should be trained on emotional EQ, emotional, intelligence. Yes, they should also be trained on the different teaching strategies that will help the children, that will help the teaching and learning to be student-centered and not just teacher-centered. So it's a lot of things.
Wow. So how can schools integrate social, emotional learning into the curriculum to improve this learning culture we are talking about? Social, emotional learning. How can schools incorporate that in the curriculum?
Okay, social and emotional learning belongs in school. It is the integral part of personal and academic development, both for young people and adults alike. It's something that will help people develop healthy identities, manage their emotions and show empathy to others and make informed decisions. So for schools to integrate this cell into their curriculum, they need to look at the 5 core competencies of cell and the 4 key settings where these things will be applied. Now, the 5 core competencies that cell used to develop this knowledge and skill has to do with the self-awareness. Children need to be taught to know themselves. They need to be self-aware. They need to understand their emotions, and they need to know the triggers that make them feel different emotions. Then, after the self-awareness, there should be self-management. The self-management will help them to understand how to manage their emotions. If they know why they act the way they do, they should be able to manage those triggers that control their emotions. Now, after the self-management, they should be taught how to develop healthy relationships. Relationship skills. And the relationship skills, after that, you have the social awareness. They need to be aware of what happens around them. They need to be aware that we have different people with different ideologies and different behaviors, and they should be able to accept people the way they are. Then finally, the decision-making process that will help them to be whatever they want to be in life based on the informed decisions they make. So these are the 5 core competencies that cell used to help children to embrace this knowledge. It's a holistic approach of child development. Now, these 5 core competencies are developed under 4 key settings. Of course, you know that curriculum is the totality of the experiences that any child has from both where the child lives and where he learns. So the 4 key settings has to do with the classroom, the classroom setting, the classroom instruction, the teaching methodology, and everything that has to do with the classroom. So it has to be put in place. The second one has to do with the school. That's the second key setting. The school policies, the school culture and climate need to be convenient and comfortable for the child to learn properly. So the family, the home front, and the caregivers that take care of the children at home, because you know that learning starts from home. So they should be able to have good partnership, because if they don't have good partnership at home, where parents are always fighting, it will affect the psychological nature of the child. So the child needs to be emotionally sound, psychologically sound, for the child to thrive in the classroom. Now, the last key setting has to do with the community, where the adults and the people around the child help the child to be more focused and to believe that whatever he wants to achieve is possible. So when you look at these 5 core competencies that has to do with the all emotional development of the child, and the 4 key settings where these things are developed. It will help the school to design the teaching methodology, the curriculum, the instructional materials that will help them achieve this. Thank you.
So what methods can school employ to celebrate and value student achievement and progress?
Value student achievement and progress. Wow. I read of a story about one girl, you know. She said she's one naughty little girl like that. And she's always, you know, children always turn their room upside down, and the mom is always scolding her about it. So one day she just decided to be a good girl. To put her room in order. So the mom came back, went to her room, looked at everywhere. Everywhere was just so sparkling. And the girl was expecting the mom to say thumbs up. The mom did not say anything. She did not scold her. She did not praise her. She just walked away. And she was happy inside of her. She didn't say it. So the girl started crying. Mom, have I not been a good girl today? So the children in our classroom, they are crying inside their hearts. Have I not been a good girl today? Have I not been a good boy today? When they achieve those little things, and we fail to appreciate them, to show them that they really matter. So a celebration of achievement is recognition, basically, is one of the key human needs. We need it like we need food and water. So we need to give it to our children. Something as simple as giving them a high five. It will go a long way. Word of mouth. You are so awesome today. You are amazing. You can do more. You know, things like sending a note to the family, to the parents, telling them about what the child did today. You know, sending a mail, it goes a long way. So things like creating a wow success board at the corner of the class where the children can display their works. It can motivate them. Giving them achievement certificates. Achievement certificate, not just academic achievement, you know, social achievement, behavioral achievement. Because we tend to concentrate more on the cognitive domain. And we forget those kinesthetic, those hands and those hearts, those things they can do with their hands and the things they can do with their heart. We just talked about the emotional learning. So when they exhibit all those things, we need to show them that they matter, and we need to celebrate them with some of these little things.
And I also think, because I had an experience, I also think that even when they don't do very well, we should also give them a pat in the back.
It will motivate them.
Yes, I had an experience with my son, and I'm sorry, I'm going to bring it up here. I had an experience with him. There was a class he didn't really do very well. He was in a boarding school, and when he came back, he was expecting, because me, Akada, you know, I'm just, if you don't, you are not my friend if you are not intelligent enough. Sorry, exactly. So he thought I was going to shout and shout, but something in me just held me. Although I'm not the shouting type. So when he came back, he just, you know, he was so quiet. Brought them back from school. He just packed his things inside his room. He just sat there. He didn't even come out. So I knew that something was wrong, and I knew that his results wasn't good. And I just called and said, wow. I called his name and I said, you know, you did very well, and you know you can always do better. Yes. He was like, eh? Mommy. He was like, I said, yes, this is not you. I began to encourage him. Immediately he jumped up. He came out from that. He came out from that. Yes, in him. I said, but you know, this is not you. You can do better. You are the best and all that. He will never forget that. You know what happened? One of my birthdays, he sent a message on Facebook for me, and I didn't know. This was a long time ago. Now he's a big boy. And he was saying, my mom, he said something that the mom recognizes and encouraging him even when he fails. when I read it on Facebook, I had tears in my eyes. So he had this in his heart. He said a whole lot of things. In fact, some of my friends that say, okay, see what you are so now. Wow, people even commented on that, and I was like, wow. If I had scolded him, probably he must have been so demoralized where I wouldn't even stand up again. But that's what I did, motivating him, even though he didn't do the expected, gave him a boost. And he was motivated to do it. So it should even be both ways, not just when the person passes or has all the A's, but even when the person does not even do well, we should be able to motivate them. Because like you said, everybody needs that encouraging word to push hard. Thank you so much. So how can schools address and reduce stress and anxiety among students to create a conducive learning environment? Stress, if you ask me, these days the stress in schools, I cannot even contain that. It's true. It's not like when we went to school, learning was easy for me, but so much stress are on the shoulders of these children. What can schools do to help reduce this stress on children so that they will be effective even in their studies?
I would say they should embrace a school-wide social and emotional learning. You know, schools can actually inspire confidence in these children. They can inspire a sense of purpose. They can inspire them to become so much more. So imagine a school without cell. This is a school where students don't feel connected to what they are learning because there's no intentional provision to help them get help when they need this. A school where students don't know where to turn to when they have challenges in their academics because maybe there is no counselor that will support them. A school where students feel bullied, where they feel isolated, where they feel that they don't matter. That is a school where social and emotional learning is not given a priority. A school where teachers don't have the tools to do their job. And because of that, they feel stressed. And they now transfer the stress to the children. A school where parents don't feel welcomed. This is a school that lacks social and emotional learning as a school-wide concept. So I would say that schools should embrace social and emotional learning, just as we discussed earlier, you know, and EduIcons Consulting Services can help them do that if they want. Now, in addition to that, teachers should please, as much as possible, reduce the homework load they give to these children. Because when you give them so many homework, they feel overwhelmed. So they should reduce it and make the homework more creative. They should incorporate this Bloom taxonomy that will help them test the higher order thinking skills of these children. And when you test the higher order thinking skills, it makes them to be more creative. It makes them to be problem solving, problem solvers. They will be critical thinkers. Teachers should also notice that students need to move around. You don't stay the whole school hours in the classroom. There are kinesthetic learners in your classroom. Take them outside, walk around, have discussion. They should also give them, there's something I see in some schools, on staircase, affirmative words that help them know, this is me, I am that. So they should do that. When they read all of those things, they know that, yes, I am more than what I think I am. And it will help them to reduce the anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you so much. We've been talking on improving learning culture in schools in Nigeria. And here with me has been Juliet Igwe, an education coach. And then she's been talking about learning and the culture schools should adopt to enhance learning. We'll be taking a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Stay tuned and don't get away. We welcome back. We're looking at improving learning culture in schools. And once again, here with me is Juliet Igwe. Juliet, what practices can schools adopt to promote a sense of belonging and community among students and staff? Sense of belonging and community among students and staff.
Wow, that's a nice question. You know, just like appreciating students, creating a sense of belonging among students and staff is a basic human need. It's everybody needs to be heard, needs to feel safe and accepted. So students need to feel that they belong to a community, and that's why we as education leaders and teachers need to help them achieve that. Now, for instance, teachers, when a new child is to enter your class, you need to get to know that child very well. Now, when the child enters your class, you need to make proper introduction, not naked introduction. You know, naked introduction has to do with saying, hello, meet Ore. And everybody will like, Ore. But when you say, hello, meet Ore, she's a beautiful lady that loves playing, that loves this, that loves that. It will give the other children in the class an idea of this discussion they can start having with that child. And with that, you open the window of conversation. So don't make naked introduction. Get to know the child properly, then make introduction that will spark interest for other children to get close to that child. Now, after that, you need to celebrate their little achievement. You know, for those in the baby class, you need to give them little star on their face when they do well. You know, you need to create maybe celebration tunnels for them. And celebration tunnel is like, you know, you put your hands together and you see like this. Yes. The whole children will put their hands together. And then everybody, and the child will just be running, you be singing, they go under. Is a very, very interesting thing. So aside that, you know, for the school leaders, teachers need to feel belonged and accepted as well. And research shows that employers who feel motivated, who feel accepted, they perform 40% better. Their performance increases by 40%.
That's employees.
Yes, employees. Yes, of course. Thank you. So when school leaders don't show them that they matter, when they don't show that sense of belonging to them, that is the amount they are leaving on the table. So your employers need to feel safe. The teachers need to feel loved and accepted. You are like a sunshine on their flower. You know, when you cast your ray on them, according to Darren Hardy, he said that he spelled ray as R-A-E. And that ray has to do with recognition, acceptance, and encouragement. When you cast that ray upon them, they blossom like a flower. And they will go extra mile to give you their heart, their sweat and blood. So just like John Maxwell said, you need to give a heart before asking for a hand. You need to show them that they really matter and I recognize what you are doing. Those little things you do, I appreciate them and I want you to do more of them. And when you do that, the ripple effect shows on the children because a motivated teacher will motivate the children and their academic achievements will improve.
Thank you so much, Juliet. Can you summarily in 30 seconds summarize the ways to improve learning in school in 30 seconds?
The ways to improve learning in school. Teachers should improve themselves. When they improve themselves with the contemporary knowledge, the current teaching methodologies, and everything that is aligned to the global education program, they should be able to impact that in the children. So basically, improve yourself, then you can improve the student because you can't give what you don't have. That's basically
Thank you so much. Today is been on improving learning culture in schools with Juliet Igwe, the lead consultant of Edu Icons Consulting Services. Thank you, Juliet, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope to have you some other time on other issues as it pertains to learning culture and other areas in school. Thank you so much. And once again, it's been Educare TV with Dr. Mrs. Orevan. Thank you for watching.